Hey guys, this is Aubrey. It's 2017 now. That means I'm actually going to be focusing more on doing makeup videos, possibly lookbooks, posting pictures on my blog. This is the first video I'm putting up for 2017. I really wanted to do this smoky, simple eye. I mainly use the Anastasia Modern Renaissance Palette to do this entire eye. Just a few other shades, just I think 2 other shades that I'll show you. And that's it. And then it's super simple and hopefully easy for you to do at home. If you like this makeup look, keep watching and let's get started.
Okay guys, so I am just first starting off with putting my hair back. I can't stand putting my makeup on with my hair in my face. So next I'm going to spray MAC Fix Plus on my face just to leave kind of a dewy look to my face before I even put foundation on. Now I'm taking Benefit Porefessional and just putting it all over my T-zone. Basically what Porefessional is going to do is just fill in those pores or fine lines just so it gives a more smooth finish to the skin when you put foundation on. Now I'm going to put on a little bit of Bite Beauty's Agave lip mask. My lips get super dry during the winter, so before I even start putting makeup on, I like to put this lip mask on just to start moisturizing my lips. So whenever I put on lipstick, my lips aren't super dry. They're nice and hydrated. Now I'm taking L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in 107 Fresh Beige on just a metal little palette so that I can get the foundation and just dot it all over my face. And I just like to dot it all over my face just so I have like an even coverage over my face and there's no empty spots when I go to blend it in. I'm going to take the Morphe M439 and buff this foundation all into my skin. I love this brush to buff in my foundation because it just gives a super flawless finish whenever you get done blending in all of your foundation. And a lot of the brushes I want to be using today are Morphe brushes. Morphe brushes is an awesome brush company if you're looking for very inexpensive but super good quality brushes. And I really like to take my time in buffing in my foundation just to make sure I don't have any patchy spots or any places that aren't as covered as others. And I really like to take my foundation and go down my neck and also my ears because you don't want that nice foundation line. Now I'm going to take the Morphe Flawless Beauty Sponge and just really even work more to blend in this foundation. Since this is a matte foundation, sometimes for me it takes a little bit more time to just blend it in. And I just really like to make sure that is completely flawless and there's no random spots that are bald. Now I'm going to take the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Natural and put it all underneath my eyes, on my eyelids, on my chin, my cupid bow, down my nose, and on my forehead, just to conceal as well as highlight my face. And again, I'm going to take the Morphe Beauty Sponge and just blend that all in. This Morphe Beauty Sponge is a great dupe for the beauty blender everyone knows about. Now I'm going to take the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal on that same metal palette that I put my foundation on and dot a little bit down my nose, on the tip of my nose, my cupid bow, and a little bit on my chin. And then I want to take it on the Morphe Beauty Sponge and work it on my high points and also blend it in on my nose and my cupid bow and chin. Even though this foundation is matte, I still like to have a glow. What I really like about the Infallible Pro Matte is that it's super full coverage, but I still like to add in that glow with the Shimmering Skin Perfector just to leave a natural finish of just shine. Now I'm going to take the Laura Mercier Loose Setting Powder and Translucent with the Morphe Beauty Sponge and just lightly bake underneath my eyes, set my eyelids. And what the setting powder will do in combination with the damp beauty sponge is just really melt that translucent powder into your skin. And what I like to do is I like to bake just a little bit underneath my eyes, and then as well on my yeah, it looks a little bit funny, and as well as on my smile lines, just so that translucent powder will really soak in and set those two spots, because I have a lot of fine lines under my eyes and as well as on my smile line. I'm going to take MAC Skinfinish Natural in medium dark on the Morphe MB1 and just set the rest of my face with it. What I really like about the Skinfinish in Natural is that it still leaves a luminosity to the skin. It doesn't completely mattify the face. I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in soft brown and just fill in my hair or my eyebrows. I like to first brush them up just to see where my bald spots are in my eyebrows. I've already kind of got my eyebrows now into a position where I like the shape of it. I just like to now fill in the little bald spots I have. And I just like to keep brushing through my eyebrows to make sure that I got every single spot and that they're completely filled in, but I still like to leave my eyebrows with a natural fill in so it's not super blocked off and super dark. And don't forget, your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So everybody's eyebrows are never going to be the exact same. They're always going to be just a little bit different. I always have a little bit of trouble doing my left eyebrow. It always gives me just a little bit of trouble at the end of it, but I usually just have to keep working with it and play with it, and then eventually I'll get it to what I like. I'm going to now take Anastasia's Clear Brow Gel to set my eyebrows. My eyebrows can get super crazy and all over the place, so I have to set my eyebrows or I feel like I have been lost in the world. But if I'm going to recommend one thing in this video is to get Anastasia's eyebrow tools. They are the best eyebrow fill-in, brow gel, everything. She knows what she's talking about when it comes to eyebrows. Now that I've let that translucent powder bake a little bit, I'm going to use the Sigma Tapered Highlighting Brush, the F35, to just wipe away all of that loose powder. And now you can see that it's just super smooth and flawless. I'm going to take Becca, in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill's Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop. If this is my all-time favorite highlighter. It goes with every look possible. If I don't know which highlighter to use, I just go to Champagne Pop and just rub it all over my face. It is the most perfect highlighter ever. And I'm going to use the Morphe M510 to put on my highlight. I'm going to take Becca Cosmetics in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Collection Face Palette in the blush Amaretto with a Morphe E4 to put on my blush. Sadly, this face palette collaboration with Jaclyn Hill is no longer available. I'm so sorry. But if you have this palette, Amaretto is my complete favorite shade. I'm going to take Makeup Geek's Crème Brulee single eyeshadow on an It Cosmetic Airbrush All Over Shadow Brush. That's a lot to say. Number 119. And just, I'm going to work this into my outer corner and into the crease. And this does not have to be super clean. This is just the transition shade. This is just the shade to just start it all off. And I just take this and sloppily run it all over my eye, into my crease, and now mainly focusing it on my outer corner just to start. What a transition color does is just start it all off. It allows all the other shades you put down to blend flawlessly. Now I'm going to take Anastasia's Modern Renaissance Palette and take Burnt Orange and Raw Sienna on an Morphe M505 and just do the exact same thing as I did with Crème Brulee. Just really work, but mainly focusing it on now the outer corner and the crease. I'm not going super sloppy on this now because now we are just working those darker colors just to blend. I'm going to take red ochre on that same M505 and do the exact same thing that I did with the burnt orange and raw sienna. The whole purpose to this is just adding layers. The more layers you add, the more beautiful your eye makeup look is going to be. And what's so great about this brush is it's a medium fluffiness of a brush, if that makes any sense, to where it disperses the eyeshadow lightly, but also lets you focus in one certain point. Now I'm going to take Venetian Red on a Sonia Kashia large crease brush number 116, and I'm really going to focus this just on that outer V and just a little bit into the crease. With this color, I'm just really focusing it on that outer corner just to darken it and give it more depth. And now I'm just going to take a Morphe E27. This is, if you get any eye brush from Morphe, this is one you definitely need to get. It is an amazing brush just to really make sure you're blending out every single thing on your eye. That's all I'm doing right now, is just making sure everything is blended together and super flawless. I hate having harsh lines in my eye makeup look unless it's needed. I'm going to take Cypress Umber now on a small tapered brush. This brush I'm using is just from an old Tarte palette I had. But any small tapered brush is going to work perfectly. All I'm doing is just really barely touching it into the palette and then really focusing it on that outer corner to give it more depth. And then I'm going back with that E27 and blending it. I'm going to take Urban Decay's Naked Basic 1 palette and take the shade W.O.S. and just on a flat shader brush, this is also just a brush from an Urban Decay palette, and just really focus it right in that inner corner just to brighten it up. And then I'm going back in with that E27 just to blend in and make sure there's no harsh lines that was left over from putting in that light shade. I'm going to take Avon's Luxury Eyeliner in dark brown and just tightline my upper waterline. I really like to do this because I know I'm going to look like I am possessed right now. But anyways, I really like to tightline at least my upper waterline, because once you go in with mascara, it just really makes your eyelashes look super full. I'm going to take that Cypress Umber from the palette with a Sigma Flat Definer E15 brush and just set that tight line because I don't want it transferring down to my bottom waterline. I'm going back in with Makeup Geek's Crème Brulee with a Sephora Professional Blending Eye number 29 brush and really starting that blending process on the lower bottom lash line. I really like to take a transition color like I used on my upper eyelid just to start the transition of putting eyeshadow on and blending it out. It just makes it for a really more flawless and seamless lower eyelash line. The camera cut out, but I just went back in with the burnt orange and raw sienna on that same blending eye number 29 brush and did the same thing with that creme brulee. And then I'm going in with red ochre on an Morphe E36 and really focusing that darker shade just right at the eyelash line. And then I'm going to connect it also with the upper shadow just so it gives that blown out look. I'm going back in with that Venetian Red on that same E36 Morphe brush and doing the same thing that I did with the red ochre and just really focusing it right at that lower lash line, really close to the eyelashes. And then I'm taking that E27 and just really blending everything together. What I really like to do with the lower lash line is do the exact same shadows, basically, that I did on the upper eyelid, just so it matches everything together with makeup looks like this that are super blown out and blended. And then what I like to do, I really like to look at my eyes and see if it's how I want it to be. So right now, I'm just going back in with some of those different shades that I used from earlier and just making it darker, make it have more depth. Just, it all just depends on what you want. I wanted it a little bit darker and a little bit more blown out. So I'm just adding a little bit more shade and then going back in with that E27 and just blending everything together. Because you may not want it so blown out and so dark, so you don't have to add as much shade and darkness. I'm going to take L'Oreal Miss Manga mascara in waterproof and just put that as my first layer of mascara. I really like to layer my mascara and use different mascaras just to give me exactly what I want. This one gives more length, and also the waterproof will keep my eyelashes curled up. Yes, I don't curl my eyelashes. God blessed me with eyelashes that don't need to be curled with a curling wand. But so I really like to go in with a waterproof because it keeps it super curled up all day. And then I'm going to take Too Faced Better Than Sex and go in with that mascara with 2 layers. So I like to mix these two because the Miss Manga will give me length, and then the Too Faced Better Than Sex will give me fullness. So it gives the combo of what I want, which is length and volume, in just the little combo I make. Yes, it may be a little extra, but it gives me what I want so I don't have to wear fake eyelashes. I'm going back in with Champagne Pop on a Sonia Kashia smudge brush number 105 and highlighting my inner corner. I also like to match the highlighter I have on my face to the highlighter I put on the inner corners of my eyes. That's just the OCD person that I am. And here is where I try to decide what kind of lip color I want to put with this eye makeup look. I didn't really know which one I wanted to do. I don't like to decide what lip color I want to do until the very end of my eye look. Unless you decide you want to wear that one lip color and then put an eye look to it. Sometimes I do that. But what I like to do is just roll out the lipstick and put it up to my lip to match it and see if I like it with the eye look. I'm going to take NYX lip liner in mauve and just line my lips before I put my lipstick on. I like to do this because the lipstick I'm going to use is very light. So this mauve color is a little bit darker than the actual lipstick. So once I go in with the lipstick, it makes it just a hint darker. This is a good trick when you have a really light lipstick that you want to darken a little bit more, is to put a lip liner underneath that's just a shade or two darker than the actual lipstick. And then I'm going to go in with L'Oreal Color Riche in Ferris Nude. And to me, on my skin color, this is my perfect nude. It goes with every single eye makeup look I can ever do, or just the perfect lip color that if I don't want to do a lot of makeup, I still want to put lipstick on, I throw it on. I'm going to go in with Urban Decay's All Nighter Setting Spray. If I do not set my face, I feel like my face will melt off by the end of the day. And that is the completed look. I hope you really like this makeup look. It's super easy. It's not super hard to do. All you have to do is just blend, blend, blend. I can't tell you enough to blend. So if you like it, comment and subscribe and give it a thumbs up.